into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello and welcome to the Librarians After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. If you have not already, go to youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. Hit subscribe. We are also on SoundCloud. We are also on iTunes. You can subscribe there as well. I'm your host, Yael Tygiel. You can tweet at us live during the show using the hashtag ABTVTheLibrarians, or tweet at me directly at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. Let me introduce my fabulous panel. On bass, we have Tauri Miller.
Hey, I'm Tauri J. Miller. You can find me on Twitter at Tauri J. It's TAURIJAY.
Is that the bass voice?
That's my bassist voice.
Okay, and Sam Davidson.
Hey guys, I'm Sam Davidson. You can find me on Twitter at SamD43, and I am on the live chat tonight, so please continue to comment and ask questions, and we will definitely talk back with you guys.
Excellent. We also have Alexis Torres. Alexis in the booth.
What up, what up, what up? You guys can find me all over social media as atorres890.
Excellent. Let's jump into the Librarians and the cost of education.
It's too high.
Edumacation.
Are you saying the cost is too high?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Overall, I don't know. Overall thoughts on the episode?
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked the new character that was introduced that I know it's just probably never going to come back, but part of me is like, I don't know. I just thought it was a fun environment for all of them to explore.
Yeah. I thought it was a really fun show. Like, I felt like this was a really, I'm looking for it. It's like one where the characters are allowed to splash around and really be themselves. They're not really bogged down by like other issues. They're just kind of hanging out, and I really like that aspect of it. Also, really enjoyed the undertone of world building that they had.
Okay, Alexis, what'd you think?
I thought it was really awesome. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my camera in here. But no, I thought it was really, really cool. Since I'm a new fan to the Librarians, because Yale has convinced me to watch it.
Yep.
That I'm just really intrigued by how the story is moving along, and it's completely different from season 1. So I'm really excited to see where it goes, and if Cassandra decides to stay or go.
Yeah. I really liked this episode. I like every episode, it seems. I have yet to find one that I can think of that I didn't like. But let's talk about Wexler College, this fake college. This is the thing that, as I was doing research, I was like, wait a second. So they have a fake college that is based on H.P. Lovecraft, or that H.P. Lovecraft, who is a real person, based his fake college on.
Right. It's real meta.
It's super meta. it's a real person based a fake college off of a fake college. I don't think that they've now created. My head hurts.
Yeah. Timey-wimey.
Exactly. So we have our Giselle Wexler, who's kind of an occultist, who makes a liberal arts college. There are air quotes on that. I don't know if you guys saw when they saw the statue, the quote underneath. Yeah. They all said I was mad.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the college I want to go to.
Yeah. It really supports those who think outside the box.
All right, I'll take that. Nice.
But does it? But does it?
It does.
Yeah, it just said it did.
And when we go to Wexler College, there are some rules. Do not light candles. Do not eat anything on campus. Do not repeat anything 3 times. And do not make eye contact with the gargoyles.
Aww.
Tauri, you want to tell us about the gargoyles?
Oh my gosh. The gargoyles are like pet dogs. They like follow you around.
I love them, 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 I love them.
Right? Stumpy was the best.
I want Stumpy to be mine.
Stumpy's like K9.
Yeah, this is like a great merchandising point, because they could just make a bunch of Stumpies and you can like throw them into portals and they come back in pieces, you know. Lindy told me that there would be gargoyles because I mentioned them the last time when she was here.
Yeah.
She's like, ha ha ha, you're gonna be excited, and I was.
Yeah, when we were told do not look them in the eye, and then we did. I was like, oh, it's gonna be a like, now you're evil or now you're possessed. Like I was waiting for what happens to happen.
Yeah.
And then it was that they're like stray dogs. That's what happens when you look them in the eye, which is you never expect that to be.
Well, I mean, they come from a time when superstition and the stone rule. It was a time. It was a time of magic. It was a time of gargoyles.
Get out!
The theme song to
Get out!
Gargoyles?
Yes, get out!
I was like, I know this is a reference to something. I figured it out. You just quoted the theme song to Gargoyles.
Yeah.
That's like your favorite.
It really
It
is.
but it's also
It's
my
so
favorite
good.
too.
It is also Doctor Who inspired.
It is.
Yes. If you watch the Avalon arc, you'll be like, oh yeah, this is Doctor Who. It's Goliath and his companion Alicia blah blah blah, going from place to place to place, essentially being driven by this boat, going where they need to be, essentially saving people. This is that arc in Gargoyles. Anyways,
the reason I'm laughing is because that now I'm gonna go and watch it.
As you should.
yeah,
Gail.
good luck with that.
All right, I don't have time for this, guys. I want to talk real quick about cheerleader Mindy. So I'm taking it to the chat because they're repeating stuff, and Cassandra was like, you don't want to know what they're saying. I do want to know what they're saying, and it sounded Latin. So anyone in the chat or watching this, I want to know what was said.
Yeah.
Me too.
It was Apriat Diabolus Ignis.
Yes, I want to know what that is in Latin.
Yeah.
Fourth.
Yeah, Boo6B says she thought it sounded familiar, but not sure. Us too.
Yeah, it's
So please let us know, whoever's watching.
yeah, I want to know because I want to know if it was dirty. That's really what I want to know. But we learned from Mindy that 1 in 5 students disappear in the middle of the night without telling anyone, just like every other college.
Yeah.
Also, 1 in 5 professors disappear in the middle of the night without telling anyone, leaving no
I mean, is there a pamphlet where it's just like, here are the statistics of disappearances?
Right.
I think it's a class. I think they have to
At
learn
that school.
because I mean they were learning the architecture of the school, so maybe there's a statistic class where they learned about the statistics of school.
I'd like to think that all their classes are so arrogant that they always use the school as a point of reference.
Yeah.
Yes.
They'd be like, all right, welcome to our psychology class.
Yeah.
This is the percentage of people who go mad here.
Yeah.
And let's study them.
We also heard about the volleyball team disappearing and a wart outbreak. The kind of warts that make you have screaming nightmares.
Yes, those
What?
are normal.
Sounds like a really bad STD,
Seriously.
School transmitted disease, yeah.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, totally.
I want them to return to this school because, they solved this one problem. That school needs help.
that school needs some serious, they need their own library to
just deal with the crap on that school.
Yeah.
Which is where we met Lucy. Lucky Lucy is her username, who's a magic hunter, and I feel like that's a spin-off right there. Is Lucy solving the problems of the school?
She was kind of annoying, but I liked her enough.
I liked her because she was a really good reflection of Cassandra, what she could have been and what she is now.
Yeah.
So I liked her in that regard. She was also really plucky, and I like plucky characters.
What do you mean exactly? That's easy to come in and out?
No, like she had. I'm going to use another word. She had a lot of spunk.
She was
I was expecting that word to come out.
Yeah.
Spunky.
Yeah.
She's very spunky. She's kind of peppy, bubbly, whatever. She has some.
She's a go-getter.
She has some
Chutzpah.
moxie.
Wait.
Moxie.
Yeah.
She has a moxie.
But she's also
That's
super
so
nerdy.
That's sassy.
I don't know.
That's more on the sassy end.
Chutzpah?
She was kind of sassy.
Yeah.
A little bit.
She was more on the spunky than the sassy.
She's nerdy, I thought. I was
just
like,
really plucky.
and
she's
super
fun.
eager.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very determined.
But a lovable character that I would like to see more of.
Yeah.
I feel like what surprises me is that so she's part of the lake form, and we're going to talk more about the lake in a bit, but it just surprised me that she wasn't also invited to join the ladies.
I feel like she will. She was just introduced to magic this episode, so she only had half of the equation of what they were looking for. And so now that she knows, now that she
welcome.
knows that that magic is a thing and she can actually tangibly study it,
Yeah.
then I think that she's going to get to the level. Like, I was going to save it for predictions, but I definitely think that by the end of the end of the season, she's going to be part of that group.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I agree.
to jump off of that, I was also going to say that I think that if Cassandra doesn't jump on that boat, not to be punny there, that they would take Lucky Lucy instead.
You mean if she doesn't dive into that?
Yes, exactly. She has to just jump off, and just get in there.
Well, let me
Get her
just
feet wet a little
Yeah,
bit.
just a little bit. One toe at a time.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think Cassandra's special, and they've had their eye on her for a long time. Like, Lucy's cool, and she believes in magic, and she's talented, but like Cassandra's a genius. She has that crazy brain, like memory,
Yeah.
and
She has synesthesia.
yes, synesthesia. Like they're two different. Like Cassandra could be Lucy's mentor, but. No, they want Cassandra for sure.
Maybe Cassandra will test the waters for her.
Moving on. Let's talk about our tentacled monster, the Hibiscus. That's what I have it written as.
Yep, hybristic.
Hibiscus.
Yes.
Yep. That's all.
It's basically like
Is that it?
an
all I got.
octopus type monster.
Here's the thing. This episode, there were parts that got real sciencey in the science stuff, and then real sciencey in the architecture stuff. And at those points, I went, I don't read enough, and I shut down.
Was that all the scientific terms for that?
Yeah.
Like, you just saying sciencey stuff?
Science.
Yeah.
There was science stuff.
Yeah, she curled into a ball.
And I cried.
Yeah, she couldn't take it.
Yeah.
Every so often we check on her. And
This
she'd be
season
like,
so far is making me feel as like so stupid.
But you're not, though.
I know, but the season is making me feel stupid. Sorry, I can't get
No.
arrogant.
yeah,
A portal's
you gotta-
gonna open, and I will be taken.
We don't want
Yeah.
you to be taken by any portal octopi.
Hybristic.
Squid.
Hybristi.
Yes.
And
Well, yes.
Yep.
Sorry, yep.
Yeah.
Octopi.
Octopi.
Go on. I thought you were saying.
No, I keep going there. I like this. I really do.
A sea creature.
I don't even know what was happening.
We were talking about the hybristic.
Oh, yeah, it's basically like an octopus. It causes anyone who lays eyes upon it to go mad, apparently.
Right.
And we also learn that there are two of them in that other realm. There's a small one and a big one, and the small one's trying to, I guess, give the big one offerings.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's also really interesting that it specifically goes after pride and arrogance.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, interesting.
yeah. I like the idea of like it being, because Jenkins had mentioned that it was made so that people who thought that anyone who got bigger than their britches, they just summon it and send it after them so they wouldn't be overthrown. I love that idea where it's like, hey, you insulted my shoes one time. You tried to bring me down. Summon. Yeah.
I like the way your brain thinks. Like that's why you would make this thing.
Well, that's what it was made.
You insulted my shoes.
Exactly. Jerks. Like, because they're not just insulting your shoes, they're insulting you and trying to bring you down a peg. You're their king, for gosh sake.
Okay.
For gosh sake.
Wow, that was interesting.
All right. Before we talk about the lake and the ladies of the lake and all of that, because that I think is one of the most fascinating parts of this episode. I want to take a moment to thank everyone who's tuned in. I want to thank everyone live in the chat room. Thank you. And everyone who goes onto iTunes and rates and reviews us. If you like us, which we really hope you do because we freaking love this show. I clearly do. I've dragged all these people down with me. So thank you. If you like us, give us a 5-star rating. If you don't like us, that's a 4-star rating. The other stars do not work. And if you write a comment, you get it read right here on the air. And I have two reviews. We got 5 stars. Love the show from LV Fortuna, who says, "Come on iTunes, I need a 6-star rating." Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I love the Librarians so much, and the after show is absolutely amazing. Also, tuning in to see your beautiful faces is an added bonus.
Aww.
Gotta admit, if you were reviewing the dictionary, I'd still be watching because you're that awesome.
Wow. Let's do that one week.
No, let's not.
I
Yeah,
don't know
let's
how to
not do
read.
that.
Aardvark.
Why would aardvark be in the dictionary?
Because it has 2 A's in it.
Okay.
Wait, why wouldn't it be in the dictionary?
Anyway.
Honey.
Wait, Boo69B says she found out what the motto means.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Please tell us.
That's all she said. She
I
didn't
totally thought you...
I was so excited. I was like,
I thought-
Yeah, maybe
No.
she's typing.
No,
Probably.
but I totally thought you were just going to read that. Like, she figured it out.
That is all she said.
No, but I thought that
Yeah.
she wrote it and you didn't
weren't
want to
gonna
say
say
it. Okay, we have another review while she hopefully types out the it's another 5-star review from book_worm 1495. Amazing show, an equally amazing after show! Exclamation point. Thank you. I love
Nice.
exclamation points. This after show is one of my favorites of all of AfterBuzz after shows. Fabulous panel, perfect balance of hilariousness, nerdiness, and fantastic discussions. We could use a little more nerdy, I'm gonna be honest.
All right.
turn that up a notch.
Can I
did
turn that up a notch?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take the funny.
That's you. I got nothing. I'm the balance.
You're the cutie
Yeah.
pie. Yay!
I always look forward to it after I watch Librarians. Kudos on a job well done, and fingers crossed for countless more seasons. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes,
that'd
please.
be great.
P.S. The show should totally bring back Morgan Le Fay. Speaking of Morgan Le Fay,
Dun dun dun.
name drop Morgan Le Fay in the episode. So we meet. Okay, let's talk about the lake, and then we'll get to Morgan Le Fay's reference. We meet Lucy, who writes on the Lake Forum, and it's women who want to understand magic. It's run by the Lake Foundation. The Lake. And we meet Beth Risegraff's character. Guys, for those who know, that is Beth from Leverage. She played Parker the Thief. It's really nice to see her in a very different character. They are not mermaids. That was something we just need to clarify for anyone. And so,
Wait, are they mermaids though?
Well, they
I'm
didn't
not
have
sure.
fins. They didn't have fins.
Right.
So, but, you know, they had dresses and maybe that
they
could,
could breathe underwater.
yeah, who knows? Well, it looked like they could.
Yeah, I mean they were talking underwater, having full-on conversations. But we're between worlds. They've stopped space and time, and they said that when Cassandra learned to walk between the two worlds in the portal, she proved that she was ready to join them. And they are the people who understand science and magic and how those work together. They're looking for people who truly understand magic to learn, study, and grow with them. And regardless of if she doesn't want to be with them, a place for her is always going to be waiting.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought they were going to be all pissed when she
Yeah.
said no. Like, mermaids are very emotional and they can turn on you in a second. So they didn't do that. They were like, that's fine. Like, there's always a spot open for you.
I thought the same thing. I thought they were going to be like the mermaid from that episode of Doctor Who where they're on the pirate ship and the mermaids are trying to kill them.
Right.
But it turns out the mermaids are just nurses.
Yeah.
And so, like, they look all innocent until you, like, try to harm someone and then they turn crazy. That's what I expected to see happen. And these ladies were like, okay, you don't have to join us. Your spot will be here. Which, they're too nice, which scares me.
No, I mean, because they're women of science. They're scientists. Like they're level-headed. I mean, it's essentially a calculated move. She didn't accept then, but they know that like she was tempted, and that at some point she will definitely like come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched True Blood, either of you?
Yes.
No.
Okay, it reminded me of when Sookie with the fairies.
Oh, yeah.
Like, very similar
Absolutely.
to me. Because they did stop space and time in a sense. They were in
Right.
a in-between world.
Yeah, yeah.
And
You
they were
mean-
very fairy-like.
You mean the first time we meet the fairies where
Yeah.
they're all evil?
Well,
Yes?
what do
Sorry,
you have to say?
I was dancing with joy.
Oh.
So yeah, sorry.
I was
sorry,
like,
sorry,
did
sorry.
something you'd like to say?
I was really excited. No. I have thoughts after Sam finishes. I don't wanna interrupt.
Oh no, I mean I just love, like, there was kind of a parallel and it took me a while to connect it. I was like, this reminds me of something,
Yeah.
but I loved it. Alexis?
No, I was gonna again jump off of Tauri's thought of that. I think it's the opposite, where because they're so smart and they're women of science, that they're actually going to kind of manipulate to use her gift
Yeah.
and
That'd be
everything, and that they actually do mean harm. We just don't know what for.
I kind of like that. I like the idea that, especially because now there's this rift between Jenkins and Cassandra, who, you know, we saw her in the first episode when she came in to see him. She gave him a kiss on the cheek, like he's kind of like a father figure. And now we have this rift, and he says the lake is dangerous and it's complicated. They stop time like Morgan Le Fay, and that now Cassandra has their attention, and she's tempted by their offer, and that we have this whole argument this episode about how you deal with magic, right? The library likes to collect it and put it in a box and keep it safe, and it's out there. So whatever they decide to do is, this big trouble. The library, according to Cassandra, could become a place where people like Lucy could come and get answers and knowledge and training. And so I think the idea of them coming to her and her rejecting them, the reason they were okay with it is because they know it's going to create this rift with Jenkins, and it'll eventually lead her back to them, with them just like sitting back and waiting.
The thing is, Jenkins doesn't say a lot, which in situations like these, I was like, oh wow, he's talking a lot. Tell me more. But then he stopped, and I'm like, but you need to tell us if. Yeah, I get it.
No, both of you
I was
stopped.
sorry, I couldn't help it. I was just like, yes, tell us more.
Tell me more.
Because if he truly thought they were bad, A, does he not think they're bad, or B, does he not care about Cassandra enough to really warn her what's wrong?
I feel like that was his terrible way of warning her.
Yeah.
That the fact that he was like throwing subtle hints, because that's kind of what he does, which I hate, but also I get. So that's what I'm getting from him, because he's one of those characters that kind of like, I technically told you, I'm just not very good at explaining things.
Guys, wait, hold on. Did you guys think it was like a subtle warning? Like,
Well,
I
not
felt
a
like
subtle
he was
warning,
like,
but you know what
guy.
I mean.
He was
Like, yeah,
it's
like
dangerous.
you know what I mean.
Don't
Like he,
do it.
Yeah.
but he didn't say why.
No, but yeah, that's what I meant, is that he didn't have a reason of why, he just said it, is what I meant. I meant subtle as in like he's not clear.
Okay.
I really like, no, we took that as subtle, as though like, you need to say it to our face if you want us to stop doing something.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if it's just like, oh, he's not good for you. Why? Why isn't he good for me? Like,
Yeah.
you need someone to tell
Exactly.
you.
Subtle.
We got a translation.
I
by
used the
way.
wrong word.
No, I just, like, anyway.
Wait, what's the translation?
The fire appears devil.
Oh.
Oh.
So safe that's their cheerleading motto.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
It's a weird school motto to me.
It's great,
feel.
yeah.
It's like, well, that makes sense. I mean, duh.
Yale.
I was a cheerleader.
So was I, but
I was
like,
doing my cheers.
nice.
You were
I mean,
a cheerleader?
you could essentially, to wrap it into the episode, you could assume that these portals would be the fire, the devilish fire that appears.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, having it be in the, like, having it be a regular occurrence, it's like that becomes the motto, because
I
it's,
see.
you know.
I still believe, not to get into predictions, they should return to the school, right? Like, the STDs worry me, the school transmitted diseases really worry me. But also, like, I just really like the idea of Lucy needing their help.
Yeah, I think Cassandra just should have stayed. She was like,
Yeah.
you know what? Let me just live this out a little bit.
Yeah, not even like screw joining the Ladies of the Lake. Like, I need to help the school.
But it's school's small potatoes, like.
Because only 1 in 5 students just disappear in the middle of the
Exactly.
night, like other schools. Not a thing. So the big argument we have this episode is the library. What is the purpose of the library now that magic is becoming so available? How do you guys feel about the old? It's kind of like the old school way and the new school way. How are you guys feeling about these conversations?
Well, it's always a thing in that, like, essentially, yes, everyone wants new magics or this is a reoccurring theme in shows that I'm watching, in that, like, there's a group of people that want to be able to live out in the open and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a novel idea, but it's so naive to think that, like, you can easily integrate something so vast and different into a world that's not used to it. So I like the idea of, yes, you know, letting people who are seeking magic find them, but, like, to the idea of them being like, magic's a thing, everyone, accept it. I don't think that would work.
Okay, Sam?
Well, I feel like at the end of the day, this is so Atlantis. Like, Atlantis's downfall, like, why it was Atlantis, is because magic became available to everyone and it got out of control. Mm-hmm. And the library is such an old, though kind of boring symbol. People are like, oh, the library. I think there needs to be a middle ground for sure, because then they're going to be suppressing people. And you don't want to suppress people that, like, are figuring stuff out, that are getting smarter. Because with each generation, in technology, people are getting smarter. Mm-hmm. Some people aren't. But those...
Thank you.
But those that know how to utilize, technology and books and everything, they get smarter because there's so many more things to learn. So I think that they should have a way to be accepted into the community, the magical community.
Interesting.
Right.
Alexis,
it's my turn.
Like to add?
No, it was mostly, I'm pretty much on the same boat. I feel like it's a good amount of time to to do the fact of just having a team. I think that would be the best way to do that.
Yeah.
I have an idea, guys. All right. Why don't they use Wexler as their base, and then whenever they realize that someone is getting into magic, they send them an owl with a letter in its mouth, right?
They did make a Hogwarts reference this episode. No, I think it's funny because Wexler is a place of education.
Yeah.
Would that not be, like, shouldn't, magic be a class at Wexler?
Well, in order to survive, obviously.
Right.
Maybe Lucy can run it.
I know. That's what I want to see. I feel like this whole season so far, what episode are we in? 4? We're in episode 4?
Yes, we're in episode 4.
This whole freaking season, we've been dealing with a lot of old school, new school, right? We have Flynn's way of doing things and the team's way of doing things.
Right.
And now we're having this, the library's way of doing things and the librarians, what they think should be the next step. Because we do have a younger team.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's a theme that we're going to be dealing and struggling with all season. Mm-hmm. Is there something in the chat roll you wanted to add?
Someone just said a word that, you didn't want to say about the portal. Thanks for saying that.
Those boxes? Those weird portal boxes?
Yeah, Jessica Iverson just send them through the Blink portal.
Oh, right.
Vagina.
Whoa! You ruined it. You ruined it.
All
right.
I wanted to go a whole episode without saying it, Sam.
Too late now.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one says Niagara on my show.
Guys, I waited till the third act, okay?
I'll allow it.
Since we're talking about the chat, Tan B.
Oh, I thought you were
I thought you were going to continue something about vaginas.
But no, Tan B. The warts and the way that the head cheerleader talked did also remind me of Night Vale. It was I would assume that it was inspired by that. I don't know if any of you guys listen to Welcome to Night Vale. It's a podcast. It's great, but it has a very casual way of presenting obscure information, and it takes place in a really small, like, middle of the country, middle America town, and it's very nonchalant about really, like, bizarre sci-fi concepts that are just taking place in this town. And it was the same way that the head cheerleader treated everything at the school. So shout out Tan B.
Nice, good, yay nerds.
Yay nerds.
Hey, you said bring up the nerd factor.
Bring up the nerd, yeah. Awesome. Real quick, the Omega Theta house. Was anyone else disappointed that, like, that was such a...
that it was like nothing.
It was nothing.
I wanted it to be like Skulls, the movie. Have you guys ever seen that movie? Whoa. No. All right, guys. Sorry. Well, anyone out there? Joshua Jackson, Paul Walker, amazing 90s movie. It's kind of about, like, a cult / it's like a wannabe frat, but in a college.
Yeah,
I really looked like that.
I really like, this is going to sound weird, but I really like when fraternity houses turn out to be cults. I always find that real fun. Real fun when they're summoning demons.
Oh, nice.
Kind of Buffy-esque.
Yeah,
yes.
I could see that.
I like that kind of stuff because I'm crazy.
I'm down with that.
Thanks.
Me too.
Good. Any other thoughts on the episode before we move on? I know that also we got the library, not only are rooms moving around, but stuff is moving around, which I think will lead us into predictions, but I want to make sure that I didn't miss anybody else's thoughts.
I liked the sequence of Ezekiel being arrogant.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
Because he's really cute.
Favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, poor Stumpy.
No, can we not talk about
I
this
know.
now? I'm not ready.
I'm gonna just start looking every gargoyle in the eyes that I can, just in hopes of getting one.
Why don't you just get a puppy?
That's because Stumpy doesn't have to eat or poop.
Fair point.
He has a very good point. Nice
It's a
job.
great point. All right. On that note, let's head into predictions. I was going to say portals.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right. In the trailer for next week, first off, Flynn returns.
Finally!
Speaking of returns, we also have the return of Frankenstein's monster. Moriarty is returning. The library's dying, which I think plays into the fact that the rooms are moving, the stuff is moving. All right. Thoughts on predictions and such? I'll start. You were thinking. I predict, first off, that we are not done with these portals. That's for sure. Yeah. Also, we had Flynn for 5 episodes this season. We had him 2. This is going to be our 3rd episode with him. I think that after we see him in this episode, we won't see him again until the finale.
Right.
That's my guess. Because it'll probably be another 2 hour. That's my guess.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a good guess.
I'm looking forward to seeing more of the literaries, the characters, the fictionals.
Fictionals, yeah.
I also think it's going to be brought up that Jenkins is a fictional.
You think so?
I mean, Jenkins was who? Who is Jenkins really?
He was,
shoot.
because he wasn't Lancelot.
No, he's
I
not
forgot his
Lancelot.
name.
Somebody else.
He was
Galahad. No.
G?
Is he Galahad?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
so.
it's Galahad.
Galahad.
Is Galahad's not a real person?
Galahorn?
Right. Well, yes.
So I think that he's a fictional.
Okay.
And I think that that's going to be brought up at some point this season, or at least addressed, or at least even mentioned.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
Right? Because we've had Prospero was living for hundreds of years
Yeah.
without any magic, without anything. And so I think it's going to be somehow
Jenkins.
brought up that Jenkins was also fictional.
Okay. I like that prediction a lot.
Me too.
Thank you.
I mean, I can't even beat that. It's gonna be a good episode. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing Frankenstein's monster again. He was a really fun character,
Yeah.
and I thought that like he had a lot of potential, and I'm glad he's coming back. I think that Cassandra, or not Cassandra, but Lucy. I think I mentioned this earlier.
Yeah.
That I definitely want Lucy to come back as part of the lake, and I want them
agree.
to have to get her back. Just if not just as a means for us to get to know what the lake is about.
I agree totally. I think that that's going to be the idea, that because they couldn't have Cassandra, they'll take Lucy.
Right.
And that then either it's going to be them trying to rescue Lucy from the lake, or Lucy will become leader of the lake or something and go after them.
Yeah.
Something like that I think would be really interesting. I also,
You took my prediction.
sorry,
You
I
failed.
predict that Beth Ricecraft will return. Yep, because I like her, because I know they like her. She will return. I hope.
For me, I think that if Lucy does join the women of the lake,
Ladies of the Lake. I'm calling Ladies of the Lake.
she's
It
going
sounds nice.
dark.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to be good. Because the reason that she was, taken in the first place is that she had an ego.
Yeah.
So if she comes back, I don't think it's going to be a positive thing. However, Cassandra is going to want to still mentor her and help her.
Yeah.
But I really like this episode because it shows Cassandra's growth and that there's a future for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though there's an impending doom over her at the same time, which I kind of love to watch. And I was excited Flynn was going to be coming back because I thought that meant he was going to be more a part of the season,
5 episodes.
Yeah, so that's just a big old tease.
Yeah.
But that's it.
I also think that I lost it. All right, go.
Okay, never mind. But no, yeah, I definitely agree with everybody on the panel that when Lucy becomes part of the Ladies of the Water, I don't know, that she will turn evil, and I think it's more along the lines of that her and Cassandra have to butt heads. And I don't know why that was the first thing I thought of.
I got it.
Yeah, thank you.
Took me a second, but I got it.
Yeah. And they'll just have to figure it out, and then maybe after that they'll try to reel Cassandra back in, and of course she's going to see that the ladies of the lake are not very good. And yeah, I am glad to see our main librarian back, but I feel like because he's only there in 5 episodes, that I don't think he'll die, but I feel like he is definitely just going to just be gone for a majority of the season. So,
does anyone else think it's interesting that we have the lake versus the library?
Oh, I never thought of it that way.
No, not just me.
I don't.
No, I agree.
I guess I don't see the.
I don't know.
The lake and the library.
I don't know. I think of the page master with all the water.
Yeah.
And sorry, someone was reacting to me saying the page master in here. But yeah, no, that's what I was thinking of, was that whole ordeal.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Interesting. That might be a very distinct or deliberate connection.
Choice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting.
Never underestimate the librarians.
Yeah.
They're smarter than us all. The
They're
writers
smarter
would
than
be.
That's
the
true.
average bear.
We were right about the cowboy in the writing room.
Oh yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. We got so many sweet tweets after last week's show.
When we decided who was in the writing room.
Mm-hmm. And like the other writers were like, "This is you. It's you." Oh man.
Yeah, that
was
happens.
great.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
There was something else I wanted to say, and I think it was about Lucy in the lake. And I lost it, and that makes me sad.
I just think that Lucy's just going to be a giant terror for the librarians, not just because she's going to be part of the ladies of the lake, but definitely maybe on her own first, since obviously she didn't really have a care in the world that she could kill a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And then the ladies of the lake are going to be like, and then bring her in. But I think we're going to actually see that process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personally.
I could see her becoming like a what you would call like a dark librarian.
Ooh.
I want that to be a thing. Sorry. Okay, I'm done now.
Well, the thing is that this show's so episodic, though. I don't. Can you think of any other characters that have been introduced in a random episode that have like really continued on?
Well, I feel like everything last season, right? We had all the little pieces that put together to be the like thing, right? Like there was the app that Morgan Le Fay made, which we were like, oh, how interesting. And then we get to the season finale and they're like, if only you had a thing that like could do magic and was technology. And there it was.
Well, I think that was part of last season that was a little messed up, but they're going to correct that.
Morgan Le Fay, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody knows, there's something to do with her and a lake. Morgan Le Fay and her magic they're connected somehow.
I believe they mentioned something like that last season.
Well, wasn't Excalibur thrown into a lake at some point?
I believe so.
By Morgan Le Fay or someone.
That sounds
to that
right.
effect.
Mm-hmm. There's something. She's coming back.
Yeah.
This is all connected. Lucy is Morgan Le Fay.
I don't think she's. Oh wait, what if she's a descendant of Morgan Le Fay?
Yeah.
Yael. Yeah. No, I think Morgan Le Fay's gonna find Lucy, find out that she's a descendant or something of those lines, and then she runs the ladies of the lake, and then it's all gonna be hell on earth there.
I also really like that everyone got to see how my brain works.
Just the bracing yourself was my favorite
And then
part.
it gets bigger and bigger and it explodes.
I freak out.
So good.
That was
It was like you discovered the greatest conspiracy in the world, and then it just had to come out. It was great.
Yep.
Oh man.
Okay. Whew. On that note, let's wrap up the show. Sam, where can people find you online?
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching and commenting. You can find me, Sam Davidson, online at samdavidsonentertainment.com and on Twitter and Instagram at samd43.
Before you, Alexis.
You can find me all over social media at atorres890. I'm going to be in New York literally in like a few hours, and I might do a meetup if you want to meet me.
Yay!
So tweet me and we'll talk about it. Thanks. And we'll meet up somewhere in Times Square or something. I don't know.
Awesome.
Nice.
Tari.
Hi, I'm Tauri J. Miller. You can find me on Twitter at Tauri J. It's TaurijAY. Also on assorted panels here at AfterBuzz TV.
This is AfterBuzz TV.
It is AfterBuzz TV. And you can find me here.
I was like, there's a song playing. I forgot where you are.
That's just, yeah.
You can find me online at Yael.tv. That's YAEL.tv. There you'll find interviews with the cast of this show. Check that out. Also, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, iTunes, Facebook, other places, at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. And we'll see you here live every week, Mondays, 10 p.m. for more Librarians. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.